So I talk about a lot of ideas revolving around being alone, being with yourself, introspection, and specifically opening up an inner dialogue with yourself. And I want to talk more about what that means and what that looks like. And specifically, I think more what it looks like is silence. And so silence specifically meaning that there's a lot of external noise. And when there's a lot of this noise going on, there's a harder time to tap into what you really believe in. And if you've been consumed by this noise your entire life, that may have not given you the time that you need with yourself to really be aware of your own beliefs and to ever really open up a dialogue within yourself. So I think what is lacking with a lot of people and what I've discovered with myself is that if you can really silence the noise outside of you, if you can be with yourself, and in terms of what that looks like, that can literally mean taking a walk with just yourself and listening to your thoughts, asking yourself questions that mean a lot to yourself. So I think of meaningful questions like, what am I spending most of the time doing? And then analyzing that. Do I believe in what I'm doing? What am I sort of pursuing? What is the path that I'm on? And then sort of taking a step back and having perspective and realizing, is this a path that I've been walking down because of external voices and external noise? Have other people been telling me what to do my entire life, and so I've been walking down that path? And so being with yourself, what I really mean by this and is really tapping into that internal voice. And what I mean by that is that when you're alone, a lot of times you'll start having these thoughts, this voice in the back of your head will creep up on you, and these questions that a lot of people, whether they're doing it consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously, they're running away from. And so there's a lot of things out there that act as distractions, and that could even mean hanging out with your friends. So I think a lot of times it's the capacity of what you're doing. And so it's not that hanging out with your friends or going out for a drink or doing anything that's not being with yourself is inherently bad. It's more of the fact that if you're doing this as a means to escape who you are and being with yourself and really answering those deep questions and getting to the root of who you are and your nature, because I believe everyone has a unique nature. We are all inherently different. And so a lot of us don't end up figuring out who we really are, what we really believe in. And it's not to say that one day you figure out. It's an ongoing process that will last a lifetime and further. There is no end to it. But the whole idea is that the more you're with yourself, the more you have time alone, the more you have time to really think. And so it's often the people that judge that aren't the people that are thinking. And so when you can spend time alone, when you can ask yourself meaningful questions, when you can ask yourself questions that are below surface level, and what I mean below surface level is I really mean deeper questions about ideas, about concepts. What does happiness look like to you? What does success look like to you? What is the path that is more suited for you and your unique nature? So that's what I mean. What does gratitude look like to you? So it's about really tapping into a lot of these ideas. And so the more time you spend with yourself, the more time you have to answer these questions in a way that really is truly you, not the persona that you built around the external world and that you use to identify with different environments, with social scenes, not just how you interact with people on a day-to-day basis, but who you are to your core.